All right, welcome back everybody to the Consciousness Express podcast. I'm your host Sam Berry, and I am excited to be here with you guys today to have this conversation. So let's bring it on. Episode 3. How does it get any better? For many of us, we hide a lot of ourselves. We fear to be seen. And that can be in our intimate relationship, it can be around our family, it can be around friends, and it can just be how we show up in the world. We fear to express our authenticity. And usually we were judged in the past for it, whether it was by a past lover. You had a past lover, they always judged you, or judged parts of you as too much, as wrong, as not enough, or whatever it was. And we decided to listen to that and buy it as real and true. Maybe it was a bully at school that judged you for being you and judged you for expressing your authenticity. You were different and they kept judging you for it, making fun of you. And, well, yeah, as a kid, you believed it to be real and true and you didn't want to be picked on at school anymore. It wasn't pleasant, and so you bought that judgment as real. Maybe it was your parents that made you wrong for being you, for expressing your authenticity, and wherever it was along the line that you heard it over and over again until the point you were like, this must be true because these people keep judging me for it and making it a wrongness, and therefore it must be wrong because they keep telling me it. And, well, I don't want to be wrong, I want to be right, and so I better just not be these parts of me so that I'm not wrong anymore, I'm right. And so I'm going to put, and you never be those energies again. I spoke about this, I think, in the last podcast, of where we diminish us and don't be those energies again. And so, what results from that is we hide. We hide from ourselves, we hide from our intimate partner, and we hide from the world. And so how much do you feel that you're hiding? How much of you do you hide? Because you feel it's wrong. And so today's conversation, I want to context it into intimate relationships, but you can expand that to your friendships, to your other relationships. I just want to go down the relationship area today. And so, how much of you do you hide in your intimate relationships? Where do you go into the, if I be this part of me, they'll leave me? Only when I feel truly safe, or only when we've been together for X amount of years, can I let this part of me be seen? Can I express this part of me that I've been hiding this whole time because I feel it's wrong to be that? And, what can happen is we get into a relationship and it's so shiny and it's so new and it's so exciting, and then we have this part of us that feels wrong and we go, I don't want to ruin the relationship. I don't want to scare them off. I need the relationship. And so then we hide that part of ourselves and don't let it out. And then only when it's been a certain amount of time, or, and fill in the blank, where we go, all right, now I can express this part of myself. Maybe we don't trust them yet. It's totally fair. Totally fair. Trust is a huge part in intimate relationships. It has to be there, as we all know. It's a part of creating a relationship and having a relationship and a relationship working, is the trust. And for the feminine to open up her heart and to open up sexually is for her to trust her masculine. And for the masculine to be soft and show his emotions, he's got to trust his feminine. And So she needs to trust his consciousness and he needs to trust her radiance. She has to feel the depth of his being, his consciousness, his integrity, his direction, trust his decisions, to feel safe, to open up. And the masculine, for him, it's, he needs to feel that he can trust her, trust that she will have his back, trust that she will nurture him, trust her radiance and her love. And so, he needs to feel that she trusts his direction, trusts his decisions in order to open up. And the feminine needs to trust needs to trust that he has integrity, that he will lead. And so it's a sort of dance, because there's there can play out in relationship is this waiting game, like, well, I need this from them and I won't give that to them until they need this, but then they also need the thing that you're waiting to give in order to give you the thing that you want. And it's like, well, who goes first? But it's just this intimate, vulnerable exchange of trust that allows the relationship to bloom and allows them to bring out the part of them that you desire to trust, and then vice versa. So it's this dance with the masculine and feminine, because the masculine is the direction. It's the consciousness. It's the what's next. It's the we're going this way. The purpose. We're going this way, and the feminine wants to trust the masculine in that. Like, okay, we're going this way. You say you're going that way. Your actions are aligning. There's the integrity. I can feel it in the core of my heart. His being, and I can trust that. And then when that occurs, when there's that container for that, the feminine can blossom open. She can open her heart, she can open up her body sexually, and just open into love, and continuously open. But she has to feel that trust. And the masculine, well, he needs to feel his woman trusting him in his decisions. When she's trying to make the decisions all the time, when she's doubting him, he doesn't feel the trust. And so he'll close off. He won't express his emotions. So, anyways, in saying that, obviously, when we want to open up and express ourselves, there is that part, the trust part. But what I'm talking about today, and really is, as you would know, like, let's be real here. It's the side of us that, I know you know what I'm talking about. It's the side of us that is that weird side, the silly side, the inner child side, the playful side, that authentic side that we tend to hide. This opening up to trust comes when you do relationship. It comes. It's an opening of love, and it happens when you choose to devote to each other in relationship. But yeah, today's conversation is going to be on the side of us, the authentic side of us that we hide because we believe it to be wrong, which is that part of us that makes us feel like us. It's the part of us that we be when we're around our best friend or our family, or we just don't have a wall and barrier. We just let that inner child play. We let that silliness out. We let the weirdness out. Everyone has their own unique weirdness about them, which is beautiful. I love it. When people are being their authentic expression of themselves and owning it and just being that energy, for me, it is so beautiful to witness. And I love it. It's truly a gift to the world when you can be that uniqueness of you, that weirdness. And weirdness is not wrong, guys. It's not a wrongness to be weird. When we can free that and be that, it's such an invitation for joy and greatness on this planet. But how many of us hide it? We don't allow ourselves to be it. We have too many walls of barriers of judgment there where it's like, oh, I really want to be it, but they might judge me. They might leave me. I don't want to feel wrong. Because somewhere along the line I bought it as wrong because someone else couldn't be an allowance of this part of me. And then we don't allow ourselves to be it. We hide it. We hide this part of ourselves. This massive part of ourselves that we could choose to be all the time. And so we don't have the vulnerability with ourselves to just be it. You know, part of today's journey is the vulnerability with ourselves to actually express that authentic side of us, express the silliness, the weirdness, the inner child. Because what a lot of us tend to do is pick and choose vulnerability. We go, okay, I'll be vulnerable with this person and this person because I've known them for 10 years and I see them all the time and they're my family and whatever. But I won't be vulnerable with this person or this person or this person. And that's not true vulnerability. Vulnerability is the willingness to have no wall and barrier up ever, so you can fully receive everyone and everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's the true intensity of life. You want to feel alive? Receive. Because you will feel the intensities of energies. So when someone is judging you, you're receiving the intensity of that judgment. But you don't hold on to it. You don't attach to it. You don't make it significant, so it flows through you. You can receive all the energies of that. You're not putting up a wall and barrier to protect yourself. Because a lot of people think, if I put a wall and barrier up, then I'm protected. But what you're doing is simultaneously making yourself weaker because now you cannot receive. So we have to have that vulnerability with ourselves too. In relationship, again, you could expand this to every other relationship, but in intimate relationship, to express that authentic side of us. No matter how weird, how different it is, it's letting it out. So today I want to invite you to something different, which is to let it free. Let your being be free to play. Because if you can't be your weird, authentic self in relationship, in an intimate relationship, then is that the relationship you truly desire? Do you truly want to spend the biggest chunk of your life, the person you're with the most, hiding yourself? And maybe it is. Cool. But if it isn't, then we need to start doing the work to be able to feel that we can express that part of us that maybe really has been made wrong. And I'm going to tell you something. You are not wrong. You have never been wrong. There is no part of you that is wrong. Someone along the line has just judged you for it, and you've made that judgment real and true and bought into it and now believe it and now living from it as if it is real, when in fact it is not real. All judgment is a lie and invention. And so what we want to look at is turning that, what has been made a wrongness, and changing the mindset and going, it's actually a strongness of me. So what wrongness of you do you believe, have you bought into, that you keep living from and not choosing to be, is actually a strongness of you? So what wrongness of you is actually a strongness of you? Look at everywhere you think you're wrong, every part of you that you think is wrong. What if that is a strongness of you that you just haven't been willing to be? And what if you were willing to be it? What would it take to be willing to be it? How much of the judgments of yourself would you have to give up if you just were it? How uncomfortable would you have to get? How different would you have to be? How vulnerable would you have to be with yourself to be it? And are you willing to be that vulnerable? Are you willing to live life as you, as your authentic expression? Because life's happening, guys. Do you want to live hiding? Or do you want to live being? So we really have to have allowance of ourselves, allowance of every part of us, no matter how different, how weird it is. We have to have allowance of it so that we can choose to be it. And it's like, how much allowance of you do you not have? How much do you not have allowance of those parts of you? Because, again, you think they're wrong. Or what if they're not wrong? What allowance of those parts of you can you start to have so that they can be there and be seen and be felt and be expressed? If someone doesn't have allowance of you in totality, for you to be all of you, are they someone you want to have around in your life? And it's not wrong if they don't have allowance of you. It's just a choice, and it's your choice to go, is this a relationship I desire to have? Don't settle for less than phenomenal. And so allow yourself to start being that authentic part of you. And when you get into, if you're in your intimate relationship at the moment and you're hiding that part of you, start to choose it. Get uncomfortable with yourself and start to choose it. If you're single and you feel that when you start seeing somebody, there's the wall and barrier of, I don't want to be this part of me because they'll leave me or they'll think I'm weird and judge me, and be it. Because then you're going to know, are they the person for you or not? Like, how much, maybe it's you're already in this relationship, or you can go back and look at past relationships. When the person you're seeing is being themselves and being funny and weird, you love that. And you want more of that. You're like, yes, it's that uniqueness of them that they're showing you. It's such a beautiful gift. It's such a beautiful gift to allow someone to be that side of them without judgment, because most people judge that side of them because it is too different, it is too weird. But when you can have allowance of the person being them in totality, that space is such a contribution, and it's so sexy, that space, to be able to let the person just shine and be authentic. But you have to choose it. You have to start being it. And so when you find somebody, choose to be it. Because you're going to find out whether or not they're for you. And then what you're going to do is invite them to be it as well, because you're choosing to be it. But if you're both hiding from each other and you come together and create relationships, then 6 months go by and you both are still hiding, what relationship are you creating? A surface level false relationship where you both have to hide that part of you that really is like, I want to come out and play. I want to come out and be seen. But I fear to be seen, and I fear to be seen. And now we both fear to be seen from each other when we've come together to be together, to see each other, but we still fear seeing each other. You have choice, and your choice can create something different. Your choice can change all of that if you're willing to choose. So what's it going to take to be willing to choose you and your authentic expression of you in relationship? Are you willing to have that level of vulnerability with yourself? And if they judge you, it doesn't matter. Don't make it significant. It just shows you that this person can't be around. Like, they can't have me as me. They don't have allowance of my full expression. So well, I'm going to choose to honor myself and walk away. Because someone else out there will come along and tell me to be more of it. So yeah, we have to really start this practice of opening up. It's opening and opening and opening, and then we want to close, open more, we want to close, open more. It's this constant like, oh, this happens, oh, this person said this, oh, close, 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 open. Open, open, open. And let that part of you out. It's going to be uncomfortable when you're not choosing it. It's going to feel vulnerable when you haven't been choosing it. But that is where the gold of you starts to come out. That is where that freedom is. That's where that bliss is. That's where that joy of being alive is. If you just crack open and let it out without fear of being seen. You just know your value. You know your brilliance. And you just shine it. And then you will open up the space to attract in the people that will be an allowance of you and want to hang out with you and be in relationship with you because they love it. But when we hide, we're not opening up those spaces to invite the people in, because you get into a relationship and you're hiding, and then you're not showing your true self. And then so you don't know if they're even going to like that, and then you're waiting till 3 years down the track, or wait until you get married to show that part of you. And then what? What if they don't like it? And then you're like, wow, now I'm balls deep in a relationship. Start to be it at the start and see. So, yeah, today's podcast, I don't think it's that long today, guys. But it's just, to look at how much of you are you hiding in relationship. And look, we can go, well, I don't trust the person yet, as an excuse to not be us. But really, it's you're not willing to be vulnerable enough with you to let yourself be seen. So what's it going to take to have that level of vulnerability with you? Because you're not wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. That part of you that you hide is not wrong. So stop hiding it. Let it out to play. Yeah. Thanks for coming along, guys. Got some updates. I'm going to be releasing an ebook very shortly, a free one, 10 mindsets for 2025. So stay tuned for that. You can follow me on Instagram my handle is @EarthSamLove. For more updates and stuff. You can join the Facebook community group for the Consciousness Express too. And if you want to dive deeper, I have my monthly membership adventure group, the Wilds of Consciousness. All the links will be in the show notes for all of this. You're welcome to work one-on-one with me if you want to dive deeper into transforming your life and your relationships. And what's it going to take to stop hiding and show your authentic being to the world? Because it's a gift. It is a gift.